Awesome. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us in today's meeting. This is an information session to share more information about the upcoming Training of Trainers program for reading Wikipedia in the classroom. So I know that there's a lot of people from all over the world in this meeting, in this virtual room right now. So I would love it if you could join me in this little map over here to share where you're from right now, where you are located right now. And the way that you can add that information to this map is by just going to the link that I shared in the chat and selecting this little pin option. You click it here and add a market in the point where you are. So for example, this is where I am right now. I am in the northern coast of Peru, and I'm going to click here. This is Melissa, and I'm going to add hello from Trujillo. I think I put it a little bit too to the north, but that's approximately where I am. And then I'm going to click save, and that should do it. So let's take a couple of minutes so you can try the same. Just go onto our agenda for. Thank you, Sailesh. So this is our agenda for the next minutes that we have together. I'm going to provide just a quick overview of the Reading Wikipedia in the Classroom program. And then I'm going to give more details about the Training of Trainers opportunity. Finally, I have invited some certified trainers who graduated from the Training of Trainers program earlier this year to share with us a little bit of their experience in the program and some tips that they have for new applicants. I hope that at the end, we have at least 10 minutes for some Q&A. So, but if you have any questions as you are listening to this information, which is going to be probably a lot, feel free to just use the chat and share what are some of your questions or doubts as you hear, and we will answer them at the end in the Q&A. Cool. So what is the Reading Wikipedia in the Classroom program? It's the flagship teacher training program developed by the Wikimedia Foundation in collaboration with affiliates from all over the world. It is a 9-week professional development program specifically created for secondary school teachers to learn how to use Wikipedia more critically and as a pedagogical tool to strengthen media and information literacy skills. The program includes 3 content modules, 3 core content modules, which are aligned with UNESCO's Media and Information Literacy Framework. That means that each module is aligned with a component that will allow teachers to explore Wikipedia, first to access information and to also reflect about the issues that lack of access to information has on their students. Then the second module, teachers will practice evaluating the information that they find on Wikipedia articles using all of the different elements that Wikipedia provides. And finally, in the third module, teachers get an introduction to how the Wikimedia communities around the world create information and collaboratively launch efforts to contribute more knowledge to Wikipedia. And they learn a little bit about how to create their user account on Wikipedia and how to start like very, very basic first editions. But of course, that is kind of like an additional module. The main core modules are around access and evaluation of information. Together with these 3 content modules, which are available in the form of a teacher's guides is available on a PDF format, but also as an online learning experience on an edX platform. Teachers get one-on-one support from trainers through 5 training sessions, which are synchronous. And in these training sessions, you can see some screenshots of a couple of the virtual ones that we have had. Teachers can have the opportunity to go deeper into the topics of these 3 modules and have conversations, ask questions, and also test a little bit of their knowledge together with the certified trainers of this program. Finally, the program really encourages teachers to have a very highly social learning experience. So we create discussion spaces where teachers can exchange what they are learning through each of these content modules, and also the questions that are coming to their minds as they reflect on all of these topics. So this is the Reading Wikipedia in the Classroom program. We piloted originally in 3 countries, but that was in 2020. Now, thanks to 2 editions of the Training of Trainers program, we have a network of 53 trainers in 30 countries around the world. These 53 trainers are supporting the teachers in their own countries to experience to go through this curriculum. And these are trainers who are generally Wikimedians. They are also academics. We have trainers who are librarians. It really is a network of very diverse profiles, but that are joined by this belief that Wikipedia can really be an impactful tool in the education sector. The resources of the program have been localized in 9 languages already. And this year, we have a lot of implementations led independently by trainers that finish the TOT. Like I mentioned, this curriculum, this program of Reading Wikipedia in the Classroom, is being delivered in different modalities. Some trainers have done a blended edition of the program, which means that their teachers are having an online component, but also in-person components. Other trainers have created boot camps, which are like full day, in-person, super intensive Reading Wikipedia in the Classroom programs. And we are also creating a MOOC in order to reach more teachers and learn about the different experiences that these formats provide. In general, we have received really positive feedback from the teachers all over the world who are engaging in this curriculum, and they highlight both their learning experience, the professionality of the trainers, the communication style, and all of these things. And also they report an increased value and an increased perspective, an increased positive perception of Wikipedia as an ally in their classrooms. You can see over here some of the testimonials that some teachers shared with us during the pilot implementation. As I mentioned, they highlight the highly social component of the program. In the pilot implementations, we had private Facebook groups where teachers could communicate. They also highlight how quick and effective the communication was with the trainers. And finally, of course, what I mentioned, the value of Wikipedia for their students and for their teaching practice. So, which brings us to the Training of Trainers. This Training of Trainers program seeks to support new leaders to become certified trainers and adapt and implement this curriculum of the Reading Wikipedia in the Classroom program in their own context. So, they can help teachers use Wikipedia as a pedagogical tool. The Training of Trainers is a fully online experience, and we actually have cohorts who are highly, highly diverse in terms of the regions where they come from, the linguistic diversity as well. We ask for participants of this Training of Trainers program to commit to dedicating 6 hours per week to the program, approximately 6 hours per week. And the program has a total of 9 weeks. By the end of this program, you will be part of this network of professionals who are ready to bring the Reading Wikipedia in the Classroom curriculum into their localities, create partnerships, get hired by educational institutions, teachers networks, and mission-aligned organizations in general. And additionally, those participants of the training of trainers who successfully completed and become certified trainers have access to a funding pool and continuous support and mentoring from the education team to implement their first edition of Reading Wikipedia in the classroom in their cities. Like I mentioned, so far, we have had 2 cohorts of the Training of Trainers program. We received over 200 applications, and we accepted a cohort of maximum of 28 people each time. We do this in order to work in a very, very close personal way with each of these trainers in training. And so far, like I mentioned, we have 53 certified trainers all over the world, and 8 of these 53 certified trainers have been leading implementations of the program in their countries during this year, and with different formats, testing different things and really exchanging the learnings and the experiences that they have gained as they go through this program implementation. Here's a little bit about the timeline. As you know, we are right now in the middle of the application period, which ends on September 4th. Then around September 26th, we will be announcing who are the selected people to join us in this cohort. Remember, we invite from all the applicants, we invite about 25 to 28 applicants to join us in the cohort. It's a very, very exclusive cohort. So make sure that you're doing the best application possible. And then the program itself will start on September 30th. It's a 9-week program, so it will end approximately on December 4th. And then on December 19th, after we review everybody's work and final assignments, we have a virtual graduation ceremony on December 19th, where the certified trainers receive their diplomas and just celebrate their success and the effort that they have put in the program. Here you can see a little bit of the content of the Training of Trainers program. Again, it is also divided in 3 modules. In the first module, it is focused on learning, taking a deep dive into the Reading Wikipedia in the classroom curriculums, researching about the context of teachers in your country, researching about relevant educational policies in your country, and just really being prepared to be a representative of Reading Wikipedia in the classroom that meaningfully can provide this program to the teachers in your country. In the second module, you go deeper into facilitation skills, into defining what is the modality that your program is going to have, ideally, in your country. You practice some new tools and strategies for public speaking, and we engage in some practices to facilitate the curriculum, to facilitate the training sessions, which are already prepared and for you ready to adapt and implement. And finally, in the third module, we go a little bit deeper into the planning aspect of this program. Because remember, you are not only going to be a trainer, a facilitator, but also basically like a program manager. You are going to launch the Reading Wikipedia in the Classroom program in your country from scratch. So you need to be able to create a needs assessment strategy to learn about the teachers in your country, create a partnerships strategy. Who are you going to reach out in order to work together more effectively? Also creating a budget, always super, super helpful and necessary if you are applying for a grant, as you are applying for funding. And finally, because it's all about learning, we support you in implementing an evaluation strategy so that at the end of your implementation, you know how the program, how your actions were impactful on the teachers, and you can share those learnings with the rest of the network and the larger Wikimedia education community. This is kind of what the learning space looks like for the participants of the training of trainers. We use an open edX platform called WikiLearn, where you will have all of the program course, and it is paired with some synchronous training sessions. We do a lot of practical assignments. We offer assets that you are able to localize, and we really pay attention to keeping active feedback loops, and we provide you with optional office hours. We also value a lot the network that is being built around this program. So we usually invite certified trainers who are already on the field, who are demonstrating their leadership capacity in the sector, to share with us some of their learnings, some of their perspectives, some of their tips. So, if you're wondering if this is the right program for you, if you should apply, what kind of, let's say, profile we are looking for, the main thing is that we invite people who are interested in the Reading Wikipedia in the Classroom program, who find this program valuable and who want to do this program, to lead this program for the benefit of teachers in their country. We invite people who are interested in building their capacity to launch educational programs, educational resources, and in general, who want to strengthen their work with the education sector in their countries. And of course, we do require this commitment of 6 dedicated hours per week for the full duration of the program, which is 9 weeks. Something that is very desirable, but not a super strong requirement, is to have, is that we want to encourage people who have already connections or who have identified organizations or institutions in your local education sector who would be interested in bringing the Reading Wikipedia in the Classroom program together with you. So like I said, this is desired, but not necessarily mandatory. If you decide that this program is right for you, that you're super excited, that you want to apply, these are the recommendations that we give you in order to prepare a really strong application. First, of course, check the information available on MetaWiki. You can find all of the details there. And then these are some of the aspects that we look at when evaluating applications. First, your motivation. What is your motivation to apply to this TOT? Are you familiar already with the Reading Wikipedia in the Classroom program and that is your main motivation? Or what is moving you into this experience? Then we want to see applicants to explain the importance of this program for teachers in their country. What could be the impact of this program on the teachers in your locality? What is it going to help them do? We also want to learn about your previous experience as a trainer or as an organizer of education activities. And finally, how can you make the program sustainable? For example, thinking about partnerships, like I said, identifying key actors in your local education sector that can help you to carry this program and have it maybe have an impact beyond your implementation, your one implementation. And of course, complete the application form before September 4th or by September 4th. And at the end, we will review all of these applications. The applications go through 2 rounds of reviews, including a panel evaluation, and 25 to 28 participants are invited and ready to start on September 30th. I will give you just a really quick overview of the application form so you know what to expect. This is the application form. This is the form that you have access to. You can have here the link to MetaWiki. This is the full privacy statement. And the first question is how familiar you are with the Reading Wikipedia in the Classroom program. So choose the option that corresponds better to your level of knowledge. So for example, because I've been working on this since 2020, I think I'm very familiar with it. So I'm going to click next. And over here, you're going to provide general information about yourself. This is just a test. So I'm going to do this really quickly. I'm going to say Melissa. Of course, write your full name, please. Your email, I'm just going to put something random, just a test. Your Wikimedia username. If you don't see this asterisk, this means that the question is not mandatory. So you can leave it blank if you don't have one or if you prefer not to say. Same thing with your country of residence. I will write Peru with your gender. And here, do you contribute to any Wikimedia projects? Yes or no? This is just for us to get to know you a little bit better, to learn about your profile. So please be as honest as possible. Are you a member of a Wikimedia movement affiliate? If yes or no. If yes, of course, here you write, for example, Wikimedians of Peru. And tell us how you learned about this program. A friend told me. Then I click next. And now this is one of the main parts, your motivation and understanding of the program. Here you can see different options to express your main motivation and to demonstrate what you know about the program. But please choose only 2 statements. And if you don't find an answer that corresponds to your motivation, you can use the other and write your answer here. Then, how would you describe the Reading Wikipedia to a teacher? So I'm just going to write test. And why is this important for teachers in your country? Okay, and like I said, this is really where it's your opportunity to shine. Don't leave it in just 1 sentence or 1 word, because that will get you probably disqualified against really high quality applications. Once you're ready with the motivation, we will start asking you about your experience. And this is where you tell us, where you share links about your previous experience as a teacher, as a trainer, and organizing as well. Here you can see. And then if you have a CV, a resume, or a website that shows your professional profile, you can also share it here with us. It's not mandatory. The next section is about community health. And we know that some people have been blocked on Wikimedia projects for reasons that they don't know or they don't understand. So if you have been blocked or you have had any issues, please don't be afraid to tell us. Same thing with if you have had a disciplinary process. Just take this box as an opportunity to explain what happened, you know. And then finally, we do have a friendly space policy, a code of conduct. So please click on this, take some minutes to read it, and click if you agree or if you don't agree. Next section, what I mentioned before, sustainability. So are you planning to train teachers in your country? Yes, no, not sure. If you already have a plan to implement the Reading Wikipedia program, tell us approximately the months or the timeline of this ideal implementation, right? You can see here an example, which is very, very high level overview. Same thing here about partners. If you have identified any partners in the Wikimedia movement, meaning your Wikimedia user group, your Wikimedia chapter, for example, I'm going to write Wikimedians of Peru. And then if you have identified partners in the local education sector. So maybe if you have talked to a principal in a school, or if you have been in touch with UNESCO, this is where you tell us. Again, if you haven't, just click not yet. That is not a problem, just be honest. Will you require funding? Will you require support first for establishing partnerships? Yes, no, not sure. And then, will you apply for funding? Are you planning to apply for funding from the Wikimedia Foundation Or maybe you already have funding from another institution, in which case also tell us. And that is all about funding. We're almost there. We're reaching the end. Hang in there. Finally, we just want to make sure that you understand the requirements of the program. So this is where you tell us if you are able to commit in all of these dates. The program is 9 weeks, but really the coursework is only 8 weeks, and we provide you with 1 additional week to prepare your final assignments or to complete any other formative assignments that you might have pending. And then, of course, the hours. If you are going to have travels, let us know here so we can see if maybe this is something that we can accommodate. As you probably guessed it by now, the language of instruction of the program is in English, which means that you have to fully participate both in asynchronous communication, written communication, watching videos, listening to podcasts, etc. in English, but also you have to participate in English. So tell us how comfortable you are. And if you're going to have some challenges, let us know and let us know what are ways that we can support you in facing those challenges. In the past, for example, we hired interpreters for a cohort that had a really high number of French-speaking participants. And we knew to hire this interpreter because of the answers that we got in this application form. And finally, a free space for you to just share anything else that you think it's important for our team to know. And that's it. You have finished, you have reached the end of the application. This is your final chance to go back, review your answers, and once you're ready, you just write your name again here, and you click submit. And that is it. Again, I know this is a lot of information, so that's why we're recording this. You're free to watch this at any time as you are working in your application. If there is a chance that you already submitted an application, but after watching this, you want to improve it, you want to change it, go ahead and start a new application form, because if we see double of your name twice, we will only look at the latest submission, at the most recent submission. So if you submit an application 2 weeks ago and you submit one today, we will only evaluate the most recent one, meaning the one you submit today. Okay, so I've talked a lot, and now it's time to pass the mic to our guests, and I hope you guys are here. So please, Clement, Rashad, Scovia, and Kemi, if you could turn on your cameras if you are able, or just turn on your microphones. And I will.
It's on, Melissa.
There you go. Hi. And let me see. Where is Clement? Who is our Clement? In Rashad. Where is Clement? Okay, I think we're still missing and Kemi, but and start with Escovia and Rashad. Thank you. Oh yeah, Clement is not online. Yes, and is Kemi here?
Yes, Kemi is here. Hi, Melissa.
Hi, Kemi. Hi, let me put a pin on your video. Perfect. Thank you so much, Scovia, Rashad, and Kemi for joining us today. I have a couple of questions prepared for you. So I would first like to pass the mic to Scovia. And Scovia, maybe you could just say a quick introduction about who you are, where you're from, and what was the most valuable learning that you gained during your participation in this TOT? And Escovia, I think you're muted. So there you go.
Can you hear me? Thank
Yes.
you, Melissa. Hello, everyone. My name is Naijemba Scovia, and I'm from Uganda. I would like to share my valuable learnings in this program. The main thing that I've learned in this program is the main goal of reading Wikipedia in the classroom. It is mainly to help teachers develop their media and information literacy skills. This is very important because we are dealing with children and we are helping them, and the biggest percentage of the students we have are online. The biggest percentage of youth are online. So how do we help them use their skill and also use the online spaces in a purposeful way and in a profitable way? So it will help teachers get these skills, firstly, to be able to access information, evaluate information, and also create information. By so doing, they will be able to help these students, because Wikipedia is one of the most visited sites on the web. So if we can be able to help our students so that they can be able to use these spaces in a great way. So another valuable learning that I got is that Wikipedia is actually made for education. It belongs to education. So it is an opportunity for us to be able to use it as a learning tool so that we can be able to embrace the 21st century skills that are required in the education agenda today. So basically, those are the most valuable learnings that I have, among others. Thank you so much, Melissa. Back to you.
Oh, thank you so much, Escovia, for sharing these reflections. I really appreciate it. I would like to pass the microphone to Rashad. Rashad, if you could just, again, say a few words about who you are, where you're joining us from, and especially, I would like you to share with everybody how you have applied what you learned during this training of trainers in your professional life. I know that you have a very, very awesome example.
Well, hello everyone. I hope you can hear me clearly. First of all, my name is Rashad. I'm from Yemen, and actually I have been within Wikipedia maybe for more than 10 years. Actually, it is 12 years right now. I will keep it simple. When you engage in any activities within Wikipedia, you will find yourself that you are part within a big family, and you are growing within this family, and no one expect from you that you will learn everything from the first week or the first year even. So I encourage everyone that if you had some challenges and you didn't understand something, you reach anyone from this program or other Wikipedians, and I actually guarantee that you will be pleased that everyone seeks to improve you and provide you with more information to understand more about Wikipedia and their roles, and the whole world of Wikipedia and its sisters projects. For me, my last experience was when I studied, and actually I finished my master program. My master program was in the global technology and development, and it is like a combination between technology and development for the third world countries especially. And since I live in a third world country, I understand that there are so many challenges within the education sectors, and there are so many schools with low resources, or maybe there are no such thing like instructors and engaging with technology. So this is one of the possibility that you may can pass by this program. I personally, even when I started with Wikipedia, like I said, 12 years ago, I just finished this program last year, and I was surprised by many aspects and many contents that I was introduced for the first time. For example, I understand more about the UNESCO framework for education. That was very beautiful and very informative. I understand that there are what's called open education resources, and there is also open access. This is the first time that I understand about them within this program. And also, like Melissa said, you will work on open edX platform, and this is also one of the greatest tools and one of the powerful platforms in the education, especially if you are planning to do a hybrid training or an online training, and you will discover there is a rule for Wikimedia within the education sector. So when I finished this program, I told I told the organizers of this program that I have my last terms within my master's degree, and I hope you will be patient until I. And they will understand, and there is no push to do the implementation of the program right away after you finish this program. You have like a period of 6 months to prepare yourself and to see what the others do. So I took this 6 months, and it was 8 months, and I finished my master's and my applied project, and its thesis was in Wikipedia, related in Wikipedia. And many of my colleagues and one of my academic supervisors were very surprised because I chose a Wikipedia related topic, and this is for them, it is a prohibit or something wrong, because you are combining academia with Wikipedia, and you will understand in this program that there is somehow flexibility if you understand how Wikipedia works. And actually, within the 4 or 5 years, the past 5 years, there were so many academic research that proving that Wikipedia can be used within the basic or the launching pad as a launching pad for your research as an academic research or even a scientist. So only if you understand how Wikipedia works and think critically about its content. So I invest my 8 months in my applied project and its thesis, and I finally provided my paper under the address of building an offline customized Wikipedia for developing literacy, information literacy in low resources schools using open source tools. And actually, the open source tools was provided by the community of Wikipedia. And so basically, I explained that you can customize a whole Wikipedia. You can customize some of their content for maybe the elementary schools and the primary schools, and make it an offline for the low resources schools, and how can they engage within the classroom. And actually, this is what you will learn in this program, but not in offline set, in an online set, or by providing a booklet or like brochures. And maybe you can say that this program also gave me a closer look how you can engage with teachers, how you can engage with schools, how you plan such program, and maybe go beyond the program and targeting maybe the whole country in the future.
Definitely.
My last words is there is no possibility. There is no impossible within this sets. It is the limits of your imaginations and somehow of your current situation that you will manage if you plan it great and you manage to maybe you have your own team, because after all you will not work alone. This is my advice for you. If you want to success, build your own team, maybe one or two persons that they can help you in such ambitious goals. And if you are limiting your first implementation maybe for 20 to 30 to 40, okay, that's fine, but get another help, because you will try to manage everything by yourself and you will face some challenges. And here's the main delegation that you will find yourself that you will need to delegate some your tasks for other people. I also get another opportunity, but after finishing this program, which is related to you can see the open education or the open source world, which is the GLAM. And the GLAM, it is a short name for the galleries and libraries and archives and museums. And I was one of the facilitators of this global event, which was called Open Hack for Open GLAM. And I think it wouldn't be possible to get that role without finishing that program. So don't say for yourself, okay, this is so hard. You're asking a lot of assignments, and you will get a lot of assignments, and make sure you enjoy with this this assignment, because it will benefit you. That's it. Thank you so much for your patience with me.
Thank you so much, Rashad, for sharing that really integral perspective. I feel like you took us in a journey. Thank you so much. And I will pass the mic now to Kemi. Kemi is actually joining us from Nigeria, and I remember the participants from Nigeria in this last cohort had a really awesome support system for each other. You guys created a WhatsApp group and everything. So Kemi, why don't you share a little bit of how this participating in this COT connected with your professional life and your life as a Wikimedian? And oh no, I think we lost Kemi. Unfortunately, we lost Kemi. But maybe I would like to pass the mic back to you, Scovia. We heard Rashad giving some advice to applicants. What would be your number one advice for the applicants that are new to this cohort of the TOT?
Yes, Melissa.
Go ahead, Sylvia.
I've missed the question, something interrupted the middle there.
No problem. For number one advice for the applicants of this new cohort.
Okay, I would advise the applicants that they need to give in a little more time for research. Actually, most of the resources they need to read about and get more information are provided on the platform as they do the training. And then as they do that research and read, they will see that the education system in their country actually connects to what Wikipedia is doing. It connects to the Sustainable Development Goal, the First Century Skills Framework by UNESCO, the recommendation of the open educational resources. All those ones connects to each and every one of us education system in their different countries. So they just need to give in a little more time, to dedicate time to really understand this, and it will be a great journey for them. Thank you, Melissa.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Rashad, for joining us today. Unfortunately, Kemi wasn't able to share her experience with us, but I'm sure we will have other opportunities in the future. Okay, I see your hand up, Gilbert, and thank you so much, Obi, for volunteering to share of your experiences. Unfortunately, we have very time, and I think we have 3 questions in the queue. Maybe can you help me with those questions?
Shall we go with Gilbert first? Then we can go with if Gilbert has a question.
Oh, Gilbert, do you have a question? Or you want to contribute?
Hello, Melissa. Hello, everyone. Thank you very much, Melissa. Just I'd like to contribute something. My name is Gilbert Ndokuba. I'm joining from Burundi, and I'm super excited to join you in this call. Just welcome and encourage participants to be part of this reading Wikipedia classroom cohort. Just to share with the participant that the program's purpose is to help secondary school teachers to develop media and information literacy in order to be able to plan their lessons, including Wikipedia within their courses in class. Just it is my exciting to be here to join the participant, not to take more time. Just I pass the mic to you, Melissa. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
No, thank you, Gilbert. Always lovely to connect with you. Gilbert is also a certified trainer of the program, one of the in the most recent TOT. So it's super cool that you guys are here to provide support and encouragement to new applicants. Thank you so much. All right, let's go into the questions.
Back to the questions. So in the meantime, you can still ask questions on chat. But Melissa, there was a question just at the beginning of the call, and I think you answered it while explaining the process. But there were folks who joined later. Maybe you can quickly answer this, which the question was, are the trainers usually secondary teachers, or could they be post-secondary teachers who might want to reach out to train secondary teachers?
Yeah, so the application is open for anyone, really anyone, teachers, Wikimedians, librarians, researchers, academics, anybody that has the motivation to implement the Reading Wikipedia in the classroom program in their countries, and who are really passionate about the importance and the impact that Wikipedia and the Wikimedia projects can have in the education sector. So that's what we're looking for. It doesn't, that your profile and your specific title is not going to be determinant, but your experience, yes.
Thanks, Melissa. There's a question from Matt. Would it be possible to be connected with the previous certified trainers in my country, the United States?
Yes, of course. Actually, we don't have trainers in the United States yet, but maybe Sailesh, you can help me sharing the link in the chat where we have the list of certified trainers. The list. So Sailesh is going to share a link where you can see a complete listing of the 53 certified trainers of the program so far. Some of these trainers have left a link to their profile, their professional profiles, and also to their Wikimedia pages. So you can reach out to them directly. But yeah, lots of 30 different countries, but so far no US.
Also no Turkey. So
also no Turkey, yeah. But
keep your
maybe
fingers crossed.
you guys can be the first ones. Yeah.
Then we have the last question, Melissa, which is, what are some of the most common budgetary items that previous trainers have received funding for?
Oh, okay. So in order to receive funding, we ask so I mentioned that there are 3 modules in the TOT, right? Wait, actually, let me show you. Visuals. Here. So there are 3 modules, right? Each module, like Rashad says, it has a lot of assignments, but they are formative assignments. And each assignment helps you build towards one final assignment. And in this final assignment is basically a grant proposal. So this final assignment incorporates your statement of purpose of implementation of the program. It includes your needs assessment plan, your goals, your activity schedule, the budget as well, and your evaluation strategy. So all of that you present as part of a final assignment. And so your budget actually covers the entirety of your implementation. So for example, if you want to train 100 teachers through a blended modality, so you want to onboard the teachers to a Facebook group, maybe for 2 months, so that they do self-directed activities. And then at the end, you want to invite them all to a final training or to 2 training sessions in person, maybe that are 4 hours long, each one, like a full, maybe like a summit or a convention. That is something that that is your proposal, right? So your budget will require for staff salaries, and like Rashad said, we encourage you to work as a team. So you are a certified trainer, but if you need a co-trainer, you are invited. You're free to hire one to support you. So the grants cover staff salary. They cover translation of the resources. We have covered as well printing fees for the resources and also for certificates for teachers. It covers presents for teachers, or like some of the trainers did t-shirts, some others did like masks as well, notebooks, pens, something nice for the teachers to take home. And also, if you're doing in-person implementations, we would cover a snack allowance, right? Like a small snack allowance. All of these suggestions and also the guardrails, the limits of how much funding you can receive, we provide you during the TOT. So this is all part of your learning in this program as well.
Great. I think that's all the questions we had for this session.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And I just got a message from Kemi that she actually was able to join us. So Kemi, if you would like to take the mic, just a couple of minutes to share with us some of your experience or your recommendation to the new applicants.
Okay, thank you, Melissa. Thank you. What I want to say is that the training has been very impactful, and it would expose you and open your eyes to what the information is all about. Trying to, when you're able to research, you'll be able to assess information, you'll be able to create content, you'll be able to know the how to reference information, how to get accurate information. It has really helped my media and information literacy skills, because this training opened my eyes to doing another course in fact checking. Even though I'm a journalist, but I was able to take another course because it opened my eyes more to when it comes to the aspect of misinformation and disinformation, which is part of the training, which is part of the MIL framework, which is media and information literacy, and part of it is trying to make the people know about disinformation and misinformation. So it broadened my knowledge more to go deeper into the training. Then aside for that, it will really help you to be able to plan your own project, other projects apart from reading Wikipedia in classroom, because there are other topics that are embedded in it, like the aspect of monitoring, evaluation, the aspect of stakeholders. You know, I was able to know how to plan my project from the beginning to the end, trying to know my stakeholders, those who I'm going to bring on board. What are they going to do? What are the plans that I have for that project to be able to get it right? You know, they are going to teach you how to do that. Then in the aspect of training, you know, you'll be able to know how to relate with teachers, how to be able to train, how to be a good trainer, to be able to relate with teachers and explain deeper how they can use Wikipedia in classroom. This is the first time I ever knew that you can use Wikipedia in classroom, despite the fact that we've been attending trainings, we've been doing training. It's really helped me and opened my eyes to it that, okay, there's another angle to the way we can even use Wikipedia. It's not just about accessing the information alone. We can use it in classroom to help our students, you know, as teachers. So it will really deepen your knowledge. You know, it is like going deeper into something that is worth the while. So the training has really helped my professional life. It's very good, very, very educative, informative, and it helps your development skills as well. You know, that's the aspect of them training you how to be able to start a project from the beginning to the end, starting it, planning the planning stage, getting your stakeholder, and monitoring it, evaluating it. You know, they teach you how to do it. So it's a two-way thing. You know, you are getting how to use them, how to teach people to be able to use Wikipedia in classroom. Then you're also getting the development skills as well to be able to do your own project. It's a very good one. Thank you very much, Melissa.
Thank you, Kemi, for that wonderful presentation. I really appreciate you highlighting those aspects of the TOT. And I know that Kemi is like a superstar. So I feel very, very happy that the experience supported you in even like, you know, being even more of a superstar than you already are. And actually, you know, for me being on the other side of the program, being an instructor of the program and part of the education team, I can also say that for us, it's a super valuable learning experience. We're not only sharing this TOT or leading this TOT, but also learning about the experiences of participants like Kemi, like Rashad, like Bukola, who are, you know, on the field, talking to the teachers and learning about what's important and what's impactful for them, so that our work can also improve thanks to this mutual learning. So yes, thank you so much, everybody, for joining us today. I'm very, very excited to hear about the interest on this program, on the Reading Wikipedia curriculum. And Sailesh left the email that you can use to reach out to our team. We'll be happy to answer any questions that you might have. If you need support with your application, we're there. Remember to just make sure that you submit before or by September 4th. And I will just share a final screen sharing just to show you here. Yeah, just to show you, we have, like I said, everything, and like also Scovia mentioned, everything is saved on Meta. You can find all of the information about the program. These slide decks and the recording of this will be available tomorrow as well, like Sailesh mentioned. You can also reach to our team via Twitter, via Facebook, and if you haven't already, do join the Wikimedia, the education mailing list as well. You will hear about different actors in the Wikimedia education community, and please feel free to contribute. we encourage you to write articles to the newsletter, send emails, post tweets, tag us, so that we can amplify your work as well. Thank you so much. Take care, everyone. I hope this was helpful, and I look forward to seeing you again in a different occasion. Take care.